On the outskirts of a small village, there stood an old abandoned cabin buried under thick layers of snow each winter. The villagers spoke little about it, but everyone knew it was cursed. Every time the snow fell heavy and the winds howled through the trees, there was a chilling story passed down about the place. It was a cold December night when Emily, a curious young woman, decided to visit the cabin. She had heard the rumors that in the heart of winter, something dark lurked in the woods. The air was thick with a biting frost as she bundled herself in layers of warm clothing and set out alone, her boots crunching in the deep snow. As she approached the cabin, the wind grew louder, a wailing sound that seemed to carry voices. At first, Emily thought it was just the wind playing tricks, but the more she listened, the more distinct the whispers became. They sounded like faint, desperate cries for help. The door of the cabin creaked open on its own as if inviting her inside. She hesitated for a moment, then pushed it open. The interior was dimly lit by the moonlight seeping through cracked windows. Dust and cobwebs filled every corner, but something in the air felt wrong. The whispers grew louder, echoing from the walls, the floorboards, the ceiling. Emily felt a cold breath on her neck, but when she spun around, there was nothing there. She took a few more steps into the cabin, her heartbeat quickening with each passing second. In the far corner, she noticed something strange. A mirror, old and cracked, standing upright. As she approached it, the whispers turned into a soft, melodic chant, almost like a lullaby. Suddenly, her reflection in the mirror changed. Her own face twisted into a grotesque version of herself, with hollow eyes and a wide, malicious grin. The reflection reached out, as if trying to grab her. Emily screamed and stumbled backward, but her own hand in the mirror grabbed hers, pulling her toward it. Desperate, she yanked her arm away, but the mirror's grip was too strong. The whispers turned into a voice clear and cold. "Stay with us. Forever." Panicking, Emily ran toward the door, but it slammed shut in front of her. The walls seemed to close in as the temperature dropped to unbearable levels. The whispers turned into laughter, a low, mocking sound that filled every inch of the cabin. Suddenly, the door opened, and she found herself outside, standing in the cold snow once again. But the moment she stepped out, the whispers stopped. The cabin stood silent. She looked around, but the village seemed miles away. Emily ran, her breath visible in the freezing air. She never spoke of what happened that night, but from that day on, she was never able to shake the feeling that something, or someone, was always watching her, waiting in the snow. And each winter, when the winds howled and the snow fell heavy, she could hear faint whispers in the distance, calling her name.